Hey there guys, it's Nolan here with Roofing Webmasters. I've got a really interesting topic for you today. It's why blogging for roofers sucks. So why does blogging for roofers suck? I am going to explain some of this. So I still get people calling all the time and they want to know about blogging, or they're wanting us to add let's differentiate a blog from content, and then let's talk about the nature and the world of content. And this will help you understand a lot of it. I'm not saying that content sucks. Content is the backbone for a lot of the search algorithm. But lately, not too long ago, somebody that worked at Google came out and made a comment, and I'll paraphrase the thought was basically, hey, we need base content to understand what you do, but please don't put up extraneous extra BS content. So let's describe what BS, and they didn't refer to blogging, but I'm going to tell you why I think blogging sucks for a roofer or frankly any contractor. For one thing, you can't really write a blog that is worth a read. So let's say that you're a drug manufacturer for a new drug. That might be interesting. There's lots of things that could be interesting. Maybe something world newsworthy or entertainment, Hollywood stuff. It's interesting. People would read it. Most of the blogs that are written for roofers are written just so that you can get a keyword click. Guy called me the other day, wanted a resource center on his website. It's not to say you couldn't have one that was worthy of a read or worthy of putting up, but one of his, I'll read, it was titled 3 Best Local Roofing Companies in the City. And I won't tell you where he was. And it wasn't necessarily bad ideas, it's just archaic ideas. Do you still see stuff like this up? Yes. But if Home Advisor has an 88 domain authority, they can get away with putting up something like that. They'll put it up, plus there's auxiliary benefit to the blog, meaning they're on the Home Advisor platform or something when they're up there. But if a local roofer that has a website that's worthless basically for a read, and it doesn't have to be worthless, I'll explain what's good and bad, but he has a bunch of these trash blogs up just to drive traffic in, there's only one reason that's there. It's just to get somebody to come to the website so the local roofer can get a call. I'm not saying you can't achieve that. This just isn't the way Google wants it done anymore. Why wouldn't they want 3 best local roofing companies? For one thing, he argued that the 3 companies were actually local companies. It was a pretty bad blog and nobody would have wanted to read it. And yes, there was 3 local companies, but Google's algorithm can't tell that they were local. It really just looks like clickbait so that a local roofer can get a click. And this isn't the way to go about it anymore. We obviously help you with this stuff. I want to talk about content, and I'll come back to the blogging. If you don't have a page for TPO, they don't know you perform TPO roofing. So you have to have that page. I'm not saying have no content. If you do roof insurance claims help, you have to have a page of content for it. You won't show up for it without it. They only guess that you're a roofer, roofing company, roof repair, roof replacement. They don't know you do metal, standing seam, 5V crimp. They don't know that you do acrylic or silicone. They don't know that you do roof hail damage repair. They just don't know any of these things. You need pages of content for that, not a bullet point. So you do need a page of content in order for it to show up. So you have a page for TPO, but where does it go too far? The best TPO roofing in Dallas TX, or TPO roofing something in Dallas TX. Nobody cares about that. That is junk. Now, why does Google not like it? Because it's trash. Nobody reads it. They can tell nobody reads it. It trashes up their servers. They pay a fraction of a cent to store it somewhere, and then they have to come back and look at it and actually put it somewhere. Now, as of recently, and this is a new phenomenon that we're noticing, they won't copy or cache or crawl. Well, they'll crawl it, they'll spider it, but they won't copy and cache it. They won't save it on their server if it looks like complete trash. Example, this guy does 50, 100 blogs like this. They know they're there. They won't spider them again. They won't put them on a server. They have no chance of showing up. They're not even on Google's servers. They label it as trash. I'll give you another example. Do we do city pages for roofers? All the time. But 10 years ago, we might have put up 100 city pages and they all got spidered, crawled, copied, and cached and put on and have the chance to show up in ranking. If we do a city page for a roofer now that's brand new, we might not put up more than 20. Now, if they'd been around a long time or it was specialty content, I might put up more, like TPO or foam roofing or something obscure. Google doesn't have content for it, they'll take it. But if just for a roofer in this city, roofer in that city, roofer in that city, you can still have them. They let you do it, and they actually will do really well and optimize well with different type of content addition, which I'll share with you in a minute. But they don't like it if it's just tons of them. So we put up recently, and we watch this stuff all the time, a guy was very aggressive. He wanted 80 cities, and we put up 80 cities in his market. They crawled them. They didn't cache them, meaning no chance of showing up. So we pull them down to 20. They crawl and cache them. And he does changes to them that I'll share with you in a minute. So, you know, I still do some blogging for some clients, but it's only if they already were an existing client. And the honest truth of that is, why do I still blog the old clients? See, old clients think that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And they think that they paid me for it. The reality is, I still blog. I don't believe it anymore because we blogged originally for that client. I don't think it's necessarily harming them at this point, but I blog and do more services. SEO changes over time, and what we do for a client changes to help them show up in ranking. And we do things such as come up with software in a different company called Brand Review, BRANDREVU. We use that, and that brings in quality content that beats the snot out of blogging. Blogging's trash content. Blogging is literally trash content. Nobody wants to read it. Google doesn't even want to hold it on their server. You only put it up for self-serving purposes, not to help the Google searcher. That's where it comes into play. Did that blog help anybody? No. Bob wanted more clicks, so Bob put up a blog for the best TPO roofing in Dallas, or 3 best local roofing companies, because they wanted the word roofing companies in the city, plug in the city. That's trash, straight trash. So what's great? So a guy in Atlanta, Georgia has a TPO page and he uses Brand Review. What is Brand Review? Brand Review is an app that goes on your phone or tablet, or it can be used from a desktop, stationary, in the office. Easy to use in the field though. You take a photo on your phone, you do 1 to 6 photos and you tag it. Let me think of one. Just did a roof replacement with GAF timberline shingles. Takes 2 minutes. You tag 1 to 6 photos of the job, a selfie in front of the roof, a pile of shingles, doesn't matter, whatever. You tag your roof replacement page right off your phone. You tag your city you're in right off your phone. And you write the caption, you put in the client's cell phone and or email, and you hit check-in. When you do that, automatically your page populates and grabs a geo-coordinate from where the phone was located, wraps it in something called schema check-in, which is like a digital hand raise saying, hey Google, I was here. Now, instead of only knowing you did stuff when you get a review on Google or BBB, they know that you did something because you have a geo check-in code and schema check-in. And they see custom content changes with local photos of jobs and a technical caption that somebody in the field wrote. It's a great caption. Just did a roof replacement with GAF HD Timberline shingles. Now Google knows that you work with GAF HD Timberline shingles and you do roof replacement. Shingle roof replacement with GAF Timberline shingles. Helps the word shingle roof replacement in Atlanta, Georgia. Helps GAF HD Timberline shingle in Atlanta, Georgia. I have people ask me, Nolan, how many people type in GAF HD Timberline shingles? I don't know, but if my guy types that in, he's got a damn good shot at showing up #1 in search rankings from it, which our client does, by the way. GAF HD Timberline shingles, Atlanta, Georgia. Shingle roof replacement, Atlanta, Georgia. Pack 3 mapping, #1 organic. GAF HD Timberline shingle, #1 organic. I don't know if it's Pack 3 mapping on that. Mapping doesn't always show up if it's obscure stuff. But what if you could have hundreds, if not thousands, of keywords for all the obscure stuff you do and still get all the primary stuff? Do you think that Google would like a page better that had a roof replacement page for a major city and had 100 recent check-ins, you know, or in the last year, 2, whatever, for that page, dozens of check-ins for other pages as other services, hail damage roof repair, roof insurance claims help, TPO roof repair? If they had examples of local jobs with photos, did you know custom photos, they can tell they haven't been used before, and that's great, valuable content. and then you write a great caption talking about the brand, the service, roof chimney leak, around flashing, repaired. Great caption. What type of wood rot happened? What type of repair was it? Did you deal with a farmer's roof insurance claim? That's nice to know. Oh, I didn't know you helped with those, Google says. Somebody's looking for help with a farmer's roof insurance claim in your market. They have a caption here right underneath their roof insurance claim page that the Webmaster made for them. We love this page of content that they got made. And then there's local relevant jobs that validate the service. If you have a page of content up and Google doesn't know you do the service. So now they know you do TPO. Now they know they do roof insurance claims help. Now you know now they know you do acrylic roofing. Now they know you do metal roof restoration. Because you have pages of content on it, but they know that you have a page of content. Let me rephrase it. They know you have a page of content. But now you go on with brand review and you check in for the service on the page. And you put a picture of the job and you talk about thermal polyethylene. And it's Firestone thermal polyethylene. What if a contractor's looking for Firestone TPO and you're the only guy locally that talked about it? What if they're having a weird deal with a commercial gutter or a protrusion issue? Or I could go on and on, a thermal imaging issue, a water issue. If you talk about these things while you're on the job and you caption it, the caption gets spidered, the GPS validates it with a digital hand raise called schema check-in. Your website's changing every day. Are they supposed to show a guy with no changes to the shingle roof replacement page or the TPO page or the metal roof repair page in your city? Are they going to show the one that validates that they do the work with the check-in, shows examples of jobs with photos, expands upon content with caption? By the way, when they spider the geo coordinate, it helps the map ranking show up because it validates the service area. It's fantastic content, started by a phenomenal base of content, code, design, proper SEO practices, all kinds of stuff going on. My brain's, your GMB being worked on by us, all kinds of things happening. We literally do hundreds of little things. Right now we're working on speed right now because Google came out and said 2021 we're going to penalize if your site isn't fast as hell. So everybody got plugins and stuff to make sure the sites were as fast as they could possibly be. But anyway, so brand review, BRANDREVU, my God, that is superior content on a level that is unheard of. Nobody in your market doing it probably. If so, almost no one. And you can go out and do that. Isn't that better than a blog? I don't think we're more than 3 years away from blogging being penalized for putting that crap up there that they have to store or ignore. They still had to crawl it and go, oh my God, more crap blogging, just so this guy. And then you have this page with no valuable content with maybe 2 service pages, which is what this guy had, by the way, that had this blog that said 3 best local roofing companies. We signed him up. He's going to get a great website from us. He's going to do check-ins. He's going to forget about blogging. He might still have a resource center, but it's not going to be crap like that. He might throw up a few YouTube videos and link them back to YouTube and have some resources there or something with some infographics and pricing that was really helpful, not just a trick or some cheap version of what he thought SEO was, of what you thought you're going to. By the way, that's why people use us, it's like to make sure that they're coming back and getting this proper content. I really think blogging sucks at this point, really horrible. His content's great, and proper content that's written well, aided and supported by things like brand review, that's just unheard of. Imagine a website that gets hundreds of check-ins per year and the site grows organically properly with local pictures of jobs, with captions about what you did that support the primary keywords, expand long tail and other keywords that are all legitimate, and signaling with digital hand raises called schema check-in of the geo coordinates of where you were back to Google to validate your mapping. It makes the map show up. It's great stuff. I mean, it's fantastic, and it's what you should be doing. Hope you enjoyed that one. I enjoyed talking about it and look forward to hearing from you. We've been doing this for 10 years. We'd like you to give us a call. We'll see you.